Welcome to the Shaddo Show.
I am fucking late. Good morning. Good evening. Shadow here. Yeah, tonight's episode was supposed to happen about 4 hours ago. I took a nap in the afternoon and, well, at that point it was called sleep. So I woke up and here I am. Late as hell. Usually how it goes. Okay, so just off the hip, like always, what are we talking about tonight? That Atlas 3I object. I'm sure a lot of people have been paying attention to that because everyone's been running with it. Everyone has something to say about it. We'll just take a look at some random things here. So, the long short, July 1st, 3I Atlas 3I object was observed entering our solar system. All right, so it's already way past the Oort cloud, and we're just finally detecting it in what we could see. You got to understand, all these little dots, like in the background here, those all there's a lot of shit out there. There's a lot of nothing. There's more nothing than there is something. There's the gaps and distances in between the things, right? But there's just a lot of stuff out there that's hard to track, especially when resources are getting cut. And yeah, it seems like whatever is going on here on Earth, it's something's keeping us at a Type 0 civilization. We can't even master surviving the weather. People profit off the weather kicking our ass. This is fucking stupid. And I mean that in all senses of the word. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. I made hot sauce yesterday morning with ghost peppers, and even though no matter how much I wash my hands, it still burns everything. But looking at all of this, take it all into account, right? So, we talk about a lot of crazy shit. If you know, you know. The Book of Enoch, right? A lot of the stuff that talked about was like the aliens, giants, stuff like that. Anunnaki, NK, and then Enlil. Leland is Danish for little one. That's funny. I had a bird named that and I accidentally killed it. Weird thoughts. But anyways, Book of Enoch. Just talk about Book of Enoch real quick here. So, bouncing all over the place because it's like about 3 in the morning. Firing on all cylinders today. Alright, let's look at this here. Mysterious interstellar object could be a nuclear-powered spaceship. It's a hot claim, bold claim, right? Harvard physicist who sounded the alarm earlier this month about a rare interstellar object passing through our solar system, suggesting it might be more than a comet, now says it could even be a nuclear-powered spaceship. Whoa! Fox News, 3I Atlas was first detected early July by an asteroid terrestrial impact last alert system, Atlas telescope in Chile. It marks only the third time an interstellar object has been observed entering our solar system. While NASA declassified the object, While NASA classified the object as a comet, Dr. A.V. Loeb pointed out that an image showed an unexpected glow in front of the object rather than trailing behind it, something he called quite surprising. In a blog post this week, Loeb wrote that the object's brightness profile cannot be explained by sunlight reflection or standard cometary outgassing. What that means is, as it gets closer to the sun, they expect, if it has like water on it, frozen water, it'll convert to gas and steam, and it creates the outgassing. I'm sure we've all seen Deep Impact, Armageddon, right? Armageddon Day, or whatever it's called. It might be generating its own light, which is weird. It could be an energy being emitted. I mean, how do we measure that? You gotta understand, this is something that's just in our solar system, so we're dragging our fucking feet doing anything other than just being stupid fucking human beings, apparently. Alternatively, it could be a spacecraft powered by nuclear energy, and the dust emitted from its frontal surface might be from dirt accumulated on surface during the interstellar travel. He dismissed other primordial black hole. He said would generate only about 20 nanowatts. Far too weak. A radioactive fragment from a supernova was highly unlikely given its rarity. And frictional heating from interstellar gas and dust is ruled out by momentum and density constraints. So he's basically doing his little math on it to figure out, deducing it. Okay, why I think this is fucking weird. On Book of Enoch, right? Let's bring that back over here. We can just quote 1 Enoch 6, chapter 1 and 2. The sons of heaven saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves, and each chose one for himself. That's the origin, I guess. 7:25. And the women became pregnant. They bore great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells. These devoured all the labor of men, until men could no longer sustain them. Then the giants turned against men and devoured mankind. They began to sin against birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. So that sounds like that's the Nephilim, violent giants who enslaved, oppressed, and eventually cannibalized humanity. I wonder if we're like the ass end of that right now. God commands the Archangel Gabriel, go against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the sons of the fornication, destroy the sons of the watchers from among men, send them against one another in battle. For length of days shall they not have. They shall have supplicate you, but their fathers shall not obtain their wishes concerning them, for they shall hope for eternal life, and that they may live, each of them 500 years. So, divine judgment, the giants destroy each other in wars. Okay, that's one reason for the flood, right? Now the giants who are produced from the spirits of flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. So the souls of the giants became, I guess, what we call demons, right? That's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. So, well, I mean, if they don't exist in the physical dimension, right? Demons, emotions, demonic possession, stuff like that. That's weird. Yeah, so did we kill the giants? If the giants were Nephilim, the Anunnaki would be the Type 2 civilization, right? Type 2 is everything here in our solar system. Type 3 is the galaxy, so that'd be Milky Way. Excuse me. It's pretty rowdy, but I just ate something exceptionally spicy and it's kicking my ass right now a little bit. Okay, so the central compact high power source, the most natural way to achieve the gigawatt level luminosity observed. Nuclear power, so it thinks it's got gigawatts of energy. 88 gigawatts. Great Scott. Does not claim it's nuclear powered. He stresses there's only one possible interpretation if natural models fail, and proving it would require more evidence. So 3i Atlas, estimated to be about 20 kilometers across, larger than Manhattan. Yeah, the trajectory, right? So retrograde. And it also hits, so basically, more or less, all of everything in our little solar system, right? It all kind of rotates around the sun, and everything kind of exists in that plane. And the way this thing is approaching us is basically coming up behind that. So, and it also comes up behind the sun too. It's very weird. If it is, then it is. And that's why we got to connect these two pieces. Why are they here? Well, if we're all supposed to, like, if human beings are descendants of giant monsters, I mean, I've met evil people here on this planet, for sure. I've been evil a couple times myself. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's very possible. Well, and if they're looking at us like, are we trying to do better? Are we becoming better? I think we are, honestly. I think most people are quite decent people. And as the species progresses, that's just who we are. You know, we have to be able to defend ourselves, right? How much of us go into predatory mode and start taking advantage of other people or causing destruction to other people? It's kind of like the American military-industrial complex fed on that, exploited that. And now it's kind of brought it back in, you know. The interstellar object, which comes from the center of the Milky Way, is also expected to pass near Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. So it really does look like they're... I mean, shit. If this is a force... So I think what happened was the giants or whatever things that we... Our origins, our ancestors or whatever... You know, this thousands of years, maybe hundreds of thousands of years. Is it possible that we had technology to connect us? You know, like if the movie Stargate, right, which was like we had portals buried beneath the pyramids that were powered by the pyramids that connected us to other places in the known universe, vast distances, not just within the galaxy, but like, you know, fucking everywhere. Like you can go between galaxies instantaneously. Which, I mean, yeah. If you can magically poop into another place, you know, it's like what's the fastest way to get from point A to point B, huh? And then they do want to, instead of that, you go like that, and then you go back, and now you're, you know, bend space and time. I won't even call it that because it's just such a linear way of thinking. But if the electron universe, right? Every electron has its exact position, and that dictates the reality. There's could be a lot of other things going on that we can't just perceive, you know, by looking at it. You have to think about it and visually conceptualize things. And, well, where do you go when you dream? What do you observe when you're dreaming? You know, how many people actually do have dreams? God, it's going to pass near Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. How, like, did that... If it turns out to be technological, it would obviously have a big impact on the future of humanity. Okay, well, let's look at this from a security standpoint. Let's take a real honest, take a good look at all this shit. Okay, if it's going 130,000 miles an hour, okay. I'm just asking ChatGPT, like, based on what's been known. based on what's known about Atlas 3I. If it is a spacecraft, how long do you think it's been gone since? If it is a spacecraft, right? We could think that. I think. So I mean, if humanity were slaves and then we rose against the masters, and it turned into like Sodom and Gomorrah a bunch over here, because that's all we're doing. I think the Nephilim have been making us. I don't know, because of the bottom. They say there's giants in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And if the Grand Canyon was an old mine made by them, obviously they had a master. It's always fucking someone controlling something else. It's never just like live free, die hard. So 40,000 years to travel 1 light year. Proxima Centauri, 4.24 light years away, near stars, 170,000 years. But it's not. Is it really traveling 30 kilometers a second? Oh, 30 kilometers a second. Okay. Well, let's see. Make sure the math checks out. It's 30 kilometers a second. Isn't this gonna be... I mean, if it's traveling at 130 miles an hour, 130,000 miles an hour, that's pretty fucking fast. It could be a number of things. All right. So the most advanced things in the whole galaxy or whatever could will themselves in here, right? They manipulate consciousness at a level that we can't even understand. But they could just show up. Boom, they're here. So 1 light year is 5.8 trillion miles. God, that's such a big number, man. See, but that's how I know we're exceptionally small little things, because the numbers get really large when we compare it to based on our methods of measurement. Like miles, feet, kilometers. We have to make up new measurement distances, like the distance light travels in 1 Earth year. As an Earth year long, right? It's our framework for time is it's really boxy, I don't even know what time to go on. This is rough. Okay, so like 20 minutes. Okay. This is gonna be a weird episode because I slept in and my time's all fucked up. God damn it. Average speed of 137,000 miles per hour. Nearest possible origin, Proxima Centauri. Well, let's see what that looks like. we can look at things, guys. You know, this is why I love technology, and I think everything indicates that we're being brought into the fold, that we are being included into the Galactic Federation or something like that. It's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be happy, good things, good vibes, good vibrations. Although if they assume we're a threat, then it's gone. All right, really easy. Like, okay, okay. All right. Near. Let's look at the Milky Way. So we got the Pinwheel Galaxy. Alright. So there's the Milky Way. Proxima Centauri. Why is it? I mean, you want to think it's coming from the nearest place, right? But it's probably not. I mean, maybe it's just the nearest physical planet closest to us, because the way it's either the Kardashev scale makes good sense. That's the type 0, right? Type 0, 4, 5, all the way up there. That makes good sense. That's the most logical thing I can think of when it comes to outlining what people can be. You know, and when I say people, I don't mean human necessarily. I think people, it's like conscious, living, breathing things, or maybe not breathing, right? What is living? I think therefore I am. I think if you're sentient, that constitutes you to be a person. I think my dogs are people, right? They're just not real good conversationalists, but they're fucking hilarious. Right, Diva? Diva. Oh, what girls? Why aren't you guys barking at me? Because it's 2 a.m? Okay. Okay. So. Oh, and also where we are in the Milky Way is kind of like a back of a bus, almost. We're on like the edge of one of the spirals, like the end of one of them. I'm just asking chat, like, what makes you think it's coming from Proxima Centauri? Hey, if there's centaurs, part the beast, part man. Okay, so she's like, good catch. I don't think it's actually coming from Proxima Centauri. I just use it as the closest known star system to give us a realistic benchmark for travel times. Here's what it's actually known. Inbound trajectory doesn't trace neatly back to Proxima Centauri or any other nearby star like Moon, Borisov. The path is hyperbolic, meaning it came from outside the solar system, isn't bound to the sun. Astronomers have tried to backtrack its course, but because of perturbations, gravity assists from stars, molecular clouds, etc., over hundreds of thousands of millions of years, it's almost impossible to say which star it came from. Yeah, even the shortest possible trip would be hundreds of thousands of years at that rate. Which is why portals is the best way. But how do you make a portal for somewhere you've never been before? Unless you can just think it up, remote view it, and then it works like that, guys. Because the CIA, everyone's trying to tell you that's how it works. And whatever this bullshit is that's occurring on this planet right now is just kind of ridiculous. Everyone should be doing mushrooms. We all need to be allowed to attain our higher level of consciousness. But it might not have a home system either. If it's just floating around, maybe it's like a fucking bus, you know? Because it's one of two things. You know, either we did do terrible things and we pissed off people much more advanced than us. How would that have happened? How would they have gotten the drop on us? What is this viciousness? Like maybe there's, you know, the concept of Klingons, right? They basically are violent warrior species and keep what you kill type mentality. And they've adopted that and that's how they got their technology. Maybe there's other species that actually built and designed it themselves. Who knows? It's weird. The whole thing is weird. It's all very weird. But like anything that occurs, we must approach it with, I think, you gotta be careful, right? You can't just, it's like Mars attacks, right? And they just start blowing up everybody. We're like, we didn't mean to do it. And then the people come back again and get murdered again. Like, we really want peace to be a thing, but then what if that's just like the dark forest theory, you know, where there's constant life out there. And they're all hiding because they're all hiding from something that'll find them and kill them. Any inhabitable planet, right, is just targeted. Maybe we have been. Maybe we are the bad guys. Right? Maybe we are the invaders that invaded this planet. You think of that, guys? You know, our little fleshy meat sacks are just little adaptable things. I don't know. This is like, it could get stupid. That's why I think peace is the only option. We have to make peace amongst ourselves before we can make peace with anyone else. And just being a prickly pear doesn't really mean anything. Because, well, either we're all being lied to at a crazy scale, or they're just too scared to admit the truth, and then something shows up and it's over in an instant. Why make people feel shitty if it's just easier to let them live their peaceful life until it gets, you know, just eradicated? What you think, Diva? What you think is going on with all this nonsense, huh? Come over here. Let's get your little doggy insights. What you got, girl? What you got for us, huh? Are people good or evil? What you thinking, huh? I don't have any snacks for you. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, Diva. Diva, how come you look so big on camera? But you're just so tiny. You are a tiny dog to me. Sweetie is so big. Sweetie's a big girl, and you're just a little girl. Yes, you're just a little girl. Oh, yes, you're just a little girl. Oh, stop talking crap about me. Diva. Oh, sniff, snarf. Sniff, 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 snarf. What? Yeah? Okay. You want to look at the camera? You can look. Yeah, do you want to come up? Come here. Yeah, up. Okay, she's like, I want to come up. All right, come here. All right, dear. She's... Oh, there we go. We got her. We got the girl. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yes, you are just such a precious. Yes, you are. Alright, see? Look at there you are. You're there. Yes. I see you're looking at my chicken and rice, but you cannot steal the chicken and rice. We're talking about aliens right now. Yeah? Okay. Well, what do you think, Diva? Are they good people? Are they going to come destroy us all? What do you think? Do you think maybe they had little systems or something around here? And we were just... What exactly? What do you think, Diva? Are they keeping tabs on us with an automated computer? some super old piece of technology. I think we called it Thoth, right? The Egyptian god of learning. Have we been on a prison planet? Huh? Has this been a prison planet? What do you think, little girl? Oh, you are so pretty. Look at you. Look at you on there. You see your little face? You're looking right at you. Is that you there, what? No, you just love us. Yes, you little precious. No, Diva, you little munchcorn. No, precious pooper. Yes, you're a precious little pooper. Oh, my Lorben. Oh, my Lorben. Who gives a shit about the aliens? I got a diva. Oh, she's such a good girl. Sweetie's over there just jealous. Sweetie, would you like to come over here? Sweetie, come here. Sweetie. Yes, diva, I just love giving you scritches, tummy rubs. Yes, pets and squeezers. Yes, you're such a good girl. Yes, you are. Oh. Oh. My little baby girl. Okay, okay. Sweetie, do you want to come up? Come on, sweetie. Come here. Bring it over here. Give me some sugar, sweetie. Come on. Come here, sweetie. Up. Yes, up. Oh, see, now this is a big dog. Not really. Luna's even bigger. Oh my God, sweetie. Oh, yeah, there we go. Here, sweetie, look. Here, that's you. Yeah. Talking about aliens and giants and shit. I don't know. I think people are nice. I think we're becoming nicer. I don't. Goodness and all that stuff. Love it. It's fantastic. But are we vulnerable? Are we so divided and inconclusive? Right? Was the history hidden on purpose? What do you think, sweetie? Are we gonna make it? Huh? I mean, if what I've seen is true, then I've already interacted with one of these giants. And they're fucking huge. I didn't look at them, but I've, when you can hear something walk behind you and you know how big it is, you don't need to look at it. This thing's ginormous, bro. More than 3 times my size. Vertically, right? With technology that just... Our little electrical signal, right? That makes our consciousness. This is something that they could control. The body snatchers, the soul snatching. What does it mean to be us? Sweetie is just like, I love all of this. I don't know what you're talking about, but I love it. Getting the scritches. Oh. Dude was like, bitch, that's my papa. I want all this. Leave him alone. No, sweetie. Oh. Late night sweetie huggos. Oh. This one right here. Very much a good girl. Yes. All the way good girl. Sweetie. Dude, this one right here, guys. You don't even know. Oh, she is in heaven, just getting tummy rub and huggos. Oh, she's so peaceful. Just like, yeah, just keep holding me. I fall asleep right here in your hand. Even though she's standing up on her 2 legs. Sweetie. Okay, sweetie. Oh, you're shy now, huh? Oh. Oh. I digress. Giants attacking us. Hey man, if we fucking killed a bunch of people, broke the portals, took over the world for ourselves, one of two things. It's like a Klingon species would totally do something like that. Maybe it's just evolution, guys. Right? Do we naturally occur on the planet? You know, what is DNA? RNA. It seems to work everywhere. What is life? What is consciousness? What is spirituality? What are spirits? Demons? Angels? The devil? God himself? At the end of the day, does any of it matter? Are you a good person? Are you gonna fucking hurt people if given the opportunity? What does it mean? If you had everything you could in the world, what would you do with it? Destroy it? Heal it?
You're just a little clinger. Yes, sweetie.
Diva can't stand for this.
My spot. I'm supposed to be up here getting these squishes, not you guys.
Oh.
Sweetie.
I don't know. I think if we did those terrible things, right? If we killed a bunch of people and, you know, maybe humanity was supposed to... Ooh. Oh.
What, do you want to... Is it your turn again? Yes, it's my turn again. I must come up there. There. Oh, now you're just like Sweetie was. Yes. You're not going to get my chicken and rice. You're not going to get the chicken and rice. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Are you gonna bark at me at 3 in the morning? Huh? What are you gonna do? Huh?
Yeah, tell the world. Tell them what you're gonna tell me, huh? Bark in their ears like you bark in my ears, like your damn super dog with your super powerful barks.
You got something to say? What are you gonna say? Say what you're gonna say.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Diva. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to jump you.
Okay. I keep getting... Because it's like 3 in the morning, okay? I'm not gonna lie, Diva. I'm still kind of a little sleepy. Yeah. But I gotta do this, because I said I was gonna do it. And integrity is doing what you say you're gonna do when you say you're gonna do it. And then when you can't actually do it because of unforeseen things like an extended naparoni, then you speak to that. You speak to that miss and you restore your integrity. That's one thing I learned from these people. It's something that I needed help with, obviously, my whole fucking life because I've been surrounded by assholes. But then also have like these secret guardian angel people that are actually very awesome. And, well, it looks like I have some weird gifts and seeing things happen before they occur. And everything right now, I'm not feeling end of the world stuff right now. I did at the beginning of the year, but then I started speaking my mind and things start changing. I think we're having a good time. I think people in humanity are allowed to do their best, learn, because we're not alone, guys. Never have been. You know, the easiest way I can paint that picture is if it takes a village to raise a child, then it takes villages to raise a town. It takes other nations to raise a nation, to bring one up. And it takes other planets to bring a planet up. You know? It's just kind of how it goes. It's us. But if they show up and it's conflict, well, we've had a lot of sci-fi movies to kind of go off of that. How that goes. Oh, you'd hope people would evolve past violence and stupidity and shit like that. And I feel like we're rapidly doing that. I feel like we get to go beyond state borders, religions, conversations, languages. Like, we can move beyond that. You just live in a space that it's just like all of us. It's just all the people. It's not a hippie fucking thing. It's just, you have to look at the world bigger than the world. You have to look at where you are now and expand your horizons on where things can be and what they're going to be. Gotta let go of the past, okay? Especially if our past is just us killing each other nonstop. Cycles of stupidity that never seem to improve or change because people always get snatched up by wills and exploited for their thoughts and beliefs. It's weird. But if we do fall into that, the nukes won't work. I don't think they ever have. I wonder if there's something that can... There has to be a Type 4. Alright, Type 4 would be... So 1 is planet, 2 star, 3 galaxy, 4 is universe. Type 4 probably God. Alright, the Earth, the stars... We all could be in a simulation too. You know, Rick and Morty talks a lot about this stuff. I think for my next episode, I'm going to have a conversation about just all the sci-fi that's out there. All of it could be based in a little bit of possibility, because anything is possible given enough time, right? But this is real time what's happening now. This Atlas object. They could be dropping probes off on those planets. Secondary forces making fallback bases. You know, we're obviously already so capped, like we're done. If it's an aggressive attempt, then we are cooked. It just is, because they're going 130,000 miles an hour, and all they gotta do is just not slow down and hit us, and that's the end of it, right? And something the size of Manhattan going that quick, smacking into the Earth, is going to be a life ender. And if you are an exceptionally advanced species, pushing something in the right direction ain't going to be that hard. And the thing is, you would have to be super advanced to do this, because you would have to, first off, have a mapping and an understanding of everything in the physical space. Assuming this came from really far away, right? You would need to push it in the right direction so it can actually ping pong, essentially like slingshot around all the different gravitational objects that are out there. Anything that has gravity with mass, right? Enough so that it lands here. It lands in such a way that follows that retrograde. You know, follows literally the plane of the ecliptic, where all of the planetary objects and bodies in our little solar system floats at, and to also find the right trajectory around that. And we'll see. You know, when it starts moving on its own, we'll be like, yeah. And then that's probably when they're going to be like, oh, martial law. Everyone remain indoors, and, you know, right where we know where you're at, so when it hits, you're all cooked anyways. I'm going off grid if that happens. We saw what happened with fucking COVID. People were fucking dumb then, and COVID just made people stupider. They cooked their little brains. Cooked the ability to reason right out of there. If we do have that, if it does go that way, Already, I think our nukes are disabled. Right? If you can push something and it goes trillions of miles and lands 0 and 1, it's either being piloted, or it's pushed in the right direction with intention. That's pretty much all I got. Are these people? What are we dealing with here? We got a bunch of Spocks. We getting Klingons, right? Are we getting Sith or are we getting Jedi? Right? Clone Wars, right? Droid Wars. What are we getting? What's happening? Is our planet the resource that they're going after? What on the planet is that resource? It would be our DNA, the living, the flesh. It could very well be a machine. Maybe those that originally made us millions of years ago have since evolved into something more permanent, more fixed. I mean, when you don't gotta worry about feeding yourself, procreating, right? You know, your whole point is to just exist in perpetuity. Either it gets boring or something. I don't know. It exists equal parts no matter what it might be. I know how precious life is for all of us here on this planet, but sometimes it might not be, it just, things occur differently to people, different people. Maybe your life isn't, maybe we're the threat to their life, with our viciousness. Different species, I don't know, but damn, I want it to be good things. I want it to be good people, right? They can be honest and not fuck with you. 3 body problems, another really good one. Maybe it's another species that has been struggling and they found our planet and we've been slowly taken over by them, right? That's also, all these things are equal possibilities. It could also just be a fucking rock. It's nothing. It goes right on by and nothing's different. That's, out of all situations, that's the best case. It's just a fucking rock. It just is an inanimate object that happened to float through in a really lucky way. I mean, in order to win the lottery, you gotta win the lottery, right? And the odds of that. And here's this rock. But it's not a rock. It's gonna be fucking something else. Maybe COVID was our inoculation for first contact. Oh, guys. But it is late. Did I even make it an hour yet? Because I always try to keep my word on stupid shit. I just lose interest, right? No one else is watching this. I said my piece. If anything, I just want to share with people how to expand their mental horizons. It's cool. It's not like exciting or fun it's fun to joke around and talk about stuff. It's not even joking though, because honestly, in order for it to do what it's doing right now, it's either with intention or it's being piloted. And before thought is consciousness. Before action is thought. This is weird. But we do have time. We got a few months. We got until the end of, I think it's like the last week of November into the first week of December. And we should see it. I think it's coming around on the other side of the sun and stuff. If we don't see it, then we know it touched down. Alright? And it's going to be passing by Mars and Jupiter during that time. Dude, if we gotta fucking fight these things, bro. If we gotta fight aliens. I don't want to fucking fight aliens, bro. I'm tired of that shit. It's like, we have the tech. Maybe it's just, maybe humanity's like, we could do it ourselves, you know? Like, all of humanity is like an old middle-aged white man. Like, I don't need to read the fucking instruction manual. I'll fucking figure it out. And then 7,000 years later, we're here just... Yeah, it's supposed to be like an IKEA bed, but looks like a dumpster fire. I mean, it makes sense. Everything that's been going on, the missing trillions of dollars, the endless cycles of war. The only thing we seem to really develop more than anything else is weapons. It makes sense that we're scared shitless for whatever's coming. And if we nuke the Book of Enoch, the Great Flood killed the giants, right? Maybe that was us. We killed those giants. Those giants may have come from Anunnaki. Anunnaki may be the Type 4 or Type 3 civilization that runs the Milky Way. Or it could be Type 2. Alright? Maybe this is just one of many hotspots where it's just different competing species capable of higher level of intelligence existing in between like a Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 is control the planet. Type 2 is you control the suns, because some systems have multiple suns. And Type 2 would be like a Dyson sphere, right? So you can basically build a machine that goes all the way around the entire sun, and you capture, harness every single bit of energy that's coming from that machine. But dude, if you're at that point, you might as well be creating your own suns, right? Type 1 is you're learning that, and 3 vectors of knowledge: the known, you know what you don't know, and then the unknown. And based on a really healthy, developed known knowns can lead into known unknowns. And known unknowns can backfill and become known knowns. But the things that always exist in the shadows are the unknown unknowns. So if you shelter the knowledge, curtail it, right? People don't know what they don't know. It's only once you start practicing some mental, workouts, not being emotional, rising above all that stuff. And everyone here's emotional, and they're like, they think crying, and just, that's not it. Like, happiness is an emotion, alright? Hunger can make you, yeah. Oh, you're not now. So, hungry and a cheeseburger cuts you off on the freeway. Yeah, I don't know. Or we won't know until it is known for everyone. In which case, at that point, is it too late? Are we preparing? How do we do this? We're not a singular species? There's got to be more, right? We gotta know what's going on out there. Even if we don't know what's going on out there, we gotta at least start making playbooks for shit. We sure as fuck don't need insurance adjusters or lawyers for this shit, guys. Just all them useless fucks that just prey on us. They're not helping the cause. The cause is survival. And when you're surviving, you can thrive too. 10 billion species strong, or 10 billion of the species. We can hit that milestone. Maybe there's like a cutoff. Like, oh man, they just hit 8 billion people. Now we can't destroy the planet. Or maybe we're just the biomass. Just a bunch of DNA. It's weird. Things could be real weird out there. I mean, shit. Look how weird we are. Some of the weird shit these fucking people do for oil and shit. Maybe it's a rescue mission. Alright? Jesus' forgiveness, guys. If we have all faith in that thing, you know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if they were always forgiving and shit. And it's just our planet going through a cycle and it's a lifeboat. Yeah, maybe that's what they're here for. You know, we made the ark during the floods, and now we have an arc for the whole planet because the planet's probably going to go through a violent change. I mean, if the moon flips with it and something holds on to that sheer with that low volume density, fucking those huge mountain ranges that are under the crust, the moon holds on to that and that locks on, and then as that piece of the Earth rotates with the moon instead of the planet, then we would have crazy shit going on the top surface. It could be that Earth is in itself a machine, you know, and it just runs on cycles like this. It gets hot, then it gets cold. It gets hot, then it gets cold. The surface changes. Volcanoes happen. Earthquakes happen. Storms happen. Erosion happens. And it just is a constant state of flux, and there's like a reset that comes around every few thousand years. That's possible too, and they're here to just like, holy shit, they got up to 10 billion people this time around. We gotta help them. That'd be wild. I mean, anything's possible. I think we've had enough sci-fi movies to kind of teach us that, well, we're very much not alone. I think what we once called God, we can maybe call something else. All right, we don't know. I don't know. And we won't know. We won't know until it happens. Until these things show up. Announce themselves. Just make it be known who they are. I mean, it would have been nice if we could have got our shit together on our own. Maybe we did, and that's why we're so... Maybe we were made to be this way. Maybe dinosaurs had something with a good noggin at some point. You know, they went underground. Maybe it was if you look at the Lacerda files, it talks a lot about this stuff. Maybe I'll do an episode on Lacerda files where we can just read through the whole fucking thing in one go. I might just do that. You know, just make it the Lacerda files, and I'll just have yeah, I think I'll do that. That might be easy clicks. Because I could just have a plugin on my browser, read it aloud, and we could just do that. Why not? Because I think, you know, several hour interviews, several very long interviews with this thing that's supposedly a reptilian. I mean, if we look around, we see nothing but us, the apes, you know. It makes sense that back then with dinosaurs they had something like us too. And they said it's like an iguanodon, right? I don't care, man. Ain't none of this. Like, going to work, paying bills and shit, not more important than any of this, dude. This is crazy. Why aren't we as a species engaging with this? Because they don't want people doing anything different for some reason. Maybe fear taints the meat. We're just getting harvested to get eaten again, dude. I don't want to get eaten by fucking giants, bro. That's not cool. Damn Sam Squamches, bro. We'll figure it out. Everything is revealed in time, so once we actually make it that far, everything is possible. Absolutely everything is possible. You just gotta have the mental eyeball to look for it. And people with no mind's eye, you don't. If they're breeding that out of people, that's a problem. Because then you guys are just gonna be made into slaves. It's gonna be terrible. Maybe that is what they're coming for them. I don't know. Think for yourselves out there. Really don't. You're not obligated for anything else, guys. I don't care how much you think bills are important. It's not real. Okay, money's not real. The only thing that's real is people. Take care of each other. Be safe. And I'll probably see you guys next time I have a bald hair up my ass. We'll see how that looks. But thanks for listening, nobody. And props to my FBI guy out there.